Hello, my dear students. I welcome you once again to this current lecture. In the last lecture, we studied one important point called as the degrees of freedom, how it is defined, what are the different values for these degrees of freedom, and the simple examples we studied in a last lecture. Now, in a current lecture, we have to study now next important point, that is called as the types of equilibrium. So as far as this phase rule is considered, so whenever we consider a phase rule, we have to take into consideration the equilibrium number of times. We have to focus on the equilibrium in each and every study of a phase rule or a study of a particular system. Therefore, we are interested to study what are the different types of the equilibrium. So this equilibrium has some important types. The first important type is called as the true equilibrium. Now, what is mean by this true equilibrium? So for this purpose, we have to take into consideration some simple examples in our day-to-day life. So that simple examples we have to study now. So first of all, we have to consider a system. We have to consider a system containing ice. We have to consider a system containing ice. If we consider such a type of the system containing ice, then what happens? This ice we have to consider at a given temperature of minus 5 degree centigrade. We have to consider this ice or this system at a temperature range of minus 5 degree centigrade. So this ice is the phase of the particular system. So now what we have to take into consideration? We have to now make a pressure constant. We have to keep pressure constant. So we have to use here a constant pressure. So this ice is a system at minus 5 degree centigrade. So we have to supply now heat. We have to heat the given ice. We have to heat the given ice at a constant pressure. Now what happens whenever we heat the given ice at a constant pressure, then what happens? After absorbing the heat, the temperature is rising. This temperature get rise. So what happens? This temperature gradually increases from minus 5 degree centigrade to 0 degree centigrade. Is it correct? Means if we supply the heat, then what happens? The gradually there is an increase in the temperature can be takes place, and this temperature increases from minus 5 degree centigrade to the 0 degree centigrade. Now when the temperature approaches at the 0 degree centigrade, we can say that at this temperature there is a process of melting can be takes place. That is the process of conversion of ice into water can be takes place, and that's why we can say that the melting of the ice can be takes place, or it is a melting phenomena. So at this 0 degree centigrade, ice begins to convert into the water phase, and that's why this is a melting phenomena can be takes place. During such a type of the melting, we can say that the temperature remains at the 0 degree centigrade. During this melting phenomena, what happens? This temperature is remain constant at the 0 degree centigrade. There is a gradual conversion of ice into water can be takes place. A conversion of ice into water can be takes place. Temperature remains constant at 0 degree centigrade. So when the total conversion of ice into water can be takes place, the point at which the total conversion of ice into water can be takes place, at that time we can say that this temperature again increases. This temperature again increases. Temperature increases. When it increases, when the conversion of ice into water can be takes place completely, at that time the temperature get increased higher to that of the 0 degree centigrade. So this is the first simple type of the equilibrium can be obtained whenever ice we have to consider at a constant pressure, and if we apply the heat at that time, what happens? After applying the heat, the temperature rises from minus 5 degrees centigrade to the 0 degrees centigrade. When the 0 degrees centigrade temperature is obtained, at that time the melting of this ice can be started, and at that time a equilibrium is obtained between the ice to that of the water, and this equilibrium is obtained at the constant pressure. When the total conversion of ice into water can be takes place, at that point the temperature rises higher to that of the 0 degree centigrade. So this is the first type of the equilibrium is obtained. Now we have to consider same system. We have to consider now the same system, but at the contrast manner. Now we have to consider first a water phase. Suppose if we consider the water phase of the particular system, again if we consider here water phase, and again if we take into consideration constant pressure, if we maintain the pressure constant for a given system, then at this situation what we have to do here, in the first case we increase or we apply the heat. Now in this case what we have to take here, we have to lower the temperature. We are going to lowering of temperature. So in this case we have to make lowering of temperature. We have to decrease the temperature of the system. Now what happens, whenever we decreases the temperature of this particular system containing a water phase, at that time what happens, due to the lowering of temperature, this water loses the temperature, and so it changes the temperature from 0 degree centigrade to the minus 5 degree centigrade. So we can say here this water can be converted into the ice. This water can be converted into ice at a constant pressure, but due to lowering of temperature, the temperature of this system becomes lower, and that's why what happens, due to lowering of temperature, this water gradually get converted into the ice phase, and that's why you can say here this is the exact opposite equilibrium to that of the first type of the equilibrium. So you can say here this type of the equilibrium can be attained from both the sides. This type of the equilibrium can be attained from both the sides, either from ice to the water or in an opposite way from water into ice. So when such a type of the equilibrium is there, then this type of the equilibrium is called as the true equilibrium. So what is the meaning of true equilibrium? So we can say that true equilibrium is a such a equilibrium which can be attained from either side, from the equilibrium for a given system we may attain the equilibrium, and that's why this type of the equilibrium is called as the true equilibrium. So this is the first type of the equilibrium, true equilibrium. Now the second important type of this equilibrium which is important, that is called as the metastable equilibrium. It is the metastable equilibrium. Metastable equilibrium is there. Now we have to study here what is meant by metastable equilibrium. So first of all, in order to consider this metastable equilibrium, we have to consider again some system. So we have to consider a system containing a liquid water. We have to consider a system containing liquid water. So this liquid water we have to consider. Now as far as this liquid water is considered, we have to maintain a constant pressure of this particular system. We have to maintain here a constant pressure. We have to maintain the constant pressure. After maintaining the constant pressure, then what we have to do here, we have to cool the given phase. So we have to carry out the cooling phenomena. we have to carry out the cooling. So when the cooling of this liquid water can be takes place at a constant pressure, then what happens? There is another state which remains in equilibrium with this type of the liquid water. So that state is called as the liquid state. That state is called as the liquid state, and this liquid state can be attained below 0 degree centigrade. This type of the liquid state can be obtained below 0 degree centigrade. So at this temperature below 0 degree centigrade, what happens? There is a equilibrium. There is a equilibrium between this liquid water below this 0 degree centigrade. There is a equilibrium between this liquid water to that of water vapor can be takes place. There is equilibrium between liquid water to that of the water vapor can be takes place, and we can say that whenever such a type of the equilibrium is obtained below 0 degree centigrade, then such a type of the water is called as the super cooled water. Then such a type of the water is called as the super cooled water. So what is super cooled water? So super cooled water is nothing but when we cool the given liquid water at a temperature of 0, what happens? From 0 to the lower temperature, means from 0 to the lower side temperature, what happens? There is a equilibrium between this liquid water to this water vapor can be takes place. At that time, this water is called as the super cooled water. Now this is the first side of this particular equilibrium. Now suppose if we want to convert from other side of this equilibrium, means suppose if we want to consider now to attain this equilibrium from the other side, means from this ice side. Suppose from the ice side, if we want to attain this equilibrium, that is from ice to the particular liquid, suppose that is a liquid water, ice to the to this liquid water. So at this time, we suppose if we carry out the exact opposite phenomena, if we heat the given particular ice phase, then in this case we cannot say that we can use here superheated ice. We cannot use the concept that is superheated ice. In this case, we cannot use the concept like superheated ice as that of the super cooled water. So we can say that in this type of the equilibrium, we can attain this equilibrium from one of the side, that is from liquid water to the liquid state below 0 degree centigrade. In this case, we can use the water called as the super cooled water. But if we carry out, or if we want to attain the same equilibrium from the either side, that is from ice to the liquid water, so this type of the system, while attaining the system, we cannot use the phenomena that is a super heated ice, and that's why such a type of the equilibrium which is attained from only one of the side, that equilibrium is called as the metastable equilibrium. So this is a simple difference between the two equilibrium. First is a true equilibrium which is attained from either side, but in this case, that is a meta equilibrium, it is attained from one of the side. So this is a second important type of the equilibrium, metastable equilibrium. Now after that, the third important type of the equilibrium is there, that is the type number 3, third type of the equilibrium. So this third type of equilibrium is called as non-equilibrium. The third type of the equilibrium is called as the non-equilibrium. This is a third type of the equilibrium. Now, what is meant by non-equilibrium? So, for this purpose, if we consider a saturated aqueous solution, if you consider a system containing saturated aqueous solution of NaCl, saturated aqueous solution of NaCl. So whenever we consider such a type of the saturated aqueous solution of NaCl, so whenever we consider the dissolution of NaCl, or whenever we consider the solubility of the solutes of this particular NaCl, we can say that it is a very small. So whenever we can add the extra solutes of this solid NaCl to the particular saturated aqueous solution of NaCl, so in this we can obtain one equilibrium. So what is that equilibrium? We attain one equilibrium that is called as the dissolved NaCl, dissolved sodium chloride to that of the undissolved NaCl. So this type of the equilibrium is obtained, and at which point this equilibrium is obtained? So this equilibrium is obtained at the point called as the saturation point. At the saturation point, we can obtain such a type of the equilibrium. Now, what in by saturation point? When we add gradually more and more solids of this NaCl in a particular saturated aqueous solution, then what happens? At a particular point, the dissolution or the solubility of this NaCl becomes very low. So that point is called as the saturation point, and at this saturation point there is a equilibrium between the dissolved NaCl to that of the undissolved NaCl can be takes place, and so we can say that this type of the equilibrium is a unstable equilibrium. This type of the equilibrium is called as the unstable equilibrium. This is the unstable equilibrium is there. This is the unstable equilibrium is there. Now, for such a type of the system which is unstable in nature, we have to use the different type of the intensive variables in this case. So we can say that whenever such a type of the unstable equilibrium is obtained, then under this situation this equilibrium is called as the non-equilibrium. So this is a third type of the equilibrium, that is a non-equilibrium, in which we consider here a system containing saturated solution of NaCl. So in this saturated aqueous solution of NaCl, at the saturation point one equilibrium is obtained, and that equilibrium is between dissolved NaCl to that of the undissolved NaCl is there. This type of the equilibrium is called as the unstable equilibrium. So this type of the equilibrium is unstable, and this type of the equilibrium study is called as the non-equilibrium. So we can say that the system which is under such a type of the equilibrium is called as the non-equilibrium. So in the current lecture we studied here the three different types of the equilibriums. The first important type we studied here, that is a true equilibrium. Second is called as the metastable equilibrium, and the third type is called as the non-equilibrium. So this is the classification or the different types of the equilibrium depending upon how the different phases can be obtained at the equilibrium point. So with this I stop here in this current lecture. The remaining points we will study in a next lecture. Thank you so much.